Hi guys! Sorry that this video is so late getting up. This is my wrap up video. Finally! I just had something come up and that's why the last few weeks have been really busy. So I wasn't able to get this video done or get any Friday reads done. So the next Friday reads hopefully is this Friday and um sorry about that beep. That was my phone. Um, and I managed to read a little bit more for during February, but not as much as I would like to. But at least I managed to read some. I managed to read. Give me a minute. 3.5 books in February. So at least I read a little bit more, and I don't have these books with me, so I'm going to have to just say the title and the author's name, because I'm just looking at a piece of paper. Good thing I had written down already, so sorry I don't have a picture of them. Most of the books, I'd just be seeing a title and the author, even during my TBR books. Only the last two I'll be able to show. So I'll go ahead and get started with this video. The first book I managed to read in February was The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. And this book, I loved it. I gave it 5 stars out of 5. And it was just amazing. I love the characters. I love how it felt like it was going to be similar to Hansel and Gretel, but it was even better than that. It's about this town where there's a boy in the woods that's been in this coffin ever since he's basically born, probably, and all that, and he's different, so it's basically on that. And this town is magical, very entertaining book, and it's a young adult book. It's a different type of writing for Holly Black, so some people liked it, some didn't, so it's kind of just depending on your perspective of it, because it is different, but I really enjoyed it. The more I read, the quicker I read it. I managed to read that book in, I believe, 3 days, and it was that good. So the next book I read in February was Every Last Breath by Jennifer L. Armentrout. That was also amazing. I believe I gave that also 5 stars out of 5, and it was an amazing ending. I love how it ended. I didn't give too much on this. I did give a brief review of this book. I didn't really say much because so much goes on in this series, so it's really awesome just to say go check it out. And it just, so much happens, and I don't want to spoil it because this is the last book. So if I'm going to say some stuff here, and if you guys don't want to know, you can go ahead and watch this part later. So go ahead and kind of jump to this section of this video. In this book, I'm trying to think because it's been a bit since I read it. Layla and Roth, they are getting to understand each other more by this point. And Zane ain't too happy with her in this story, like at the beginning of it, and it just gets more intense. So that's a little bit of a clue there of what's going on, because if I say any more, it'll probably give it away. The next book I read was actually a comic book, Transformers: Robots in Disguise, and it's number 1 by John Barber. And this book wasn't that long. I believe it was only like 22 pages, 25 pages. But it was a good, simple read to take a break from all the long books I've been reading. I enjoyed it. I like Transformers. It was kind of like action packed type of comic book because they're fighting a battle or something. So it's kind of hard to keep up in it though, because I had it on a small screen, so I did the best I could. Um, the next book I read was, well, got halfway through in February, was In Amber and the Ashes by Sabah Tahar. Um, this book, I love this book. This book actually made me choke up and also even kind of cry. Um, it's about a girl that's on the opposite side of the whole situation. She's a slave, and then this other character, he's a soldier, and they're both trying to survive and figure out their lives, and it just gets all like heartfelt, excuse me, and touching, and you just want to know what happens to them, and all the way through the book you just want to know. It just, you get so connected with the characters, you can't help but want to know what happens to these characters. And I gave that book 5 stars out of 5, I believe. Was an awesome book because I ended up actually finishing that book this month of March. So I will mention more about this book in next wrap up. So that's it for my February reads that I read in February books I read, and I'll go on to my TBR for March. All the books I showed in February are for my February TBR are pretty much into my March. So the first book I'm going to mention about is the one I will not read. I did try to read. I read the first chapter and I just could not get into it. I guess I prefer the show more and maybe comic books of this. And it's called The Walking Dead: Rise of the Governor by Robert Bazinga, and I think, unless I have that backwards, just let me know in the comments because I don't actually have the book in front of me, so I can't exactly remember the names. I might have the name backwards, and I know it might be Robert something and then J Bazinga. So, but you can write in the comments below, let me know if you would like. But I gave that book only 1 star because it's an interesting book, but I just ain't gonna never read it. I didn't put it down or nothing. I just gave it 1 because I'm not gonna ever read it. It was a okay trilogy for somebody else that can get into it. I just couldn't do it. Sorry, I tried, guys. But I do get in the show, which is weird, but I still get jumpy when I won't try to watch that. So I guess it just works how it works. The next book I got on my TBR is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I managed to actually get halfway through that book, and I won't be probably finishing that book this month. So I'll tell more about that when I do March's wrap up. Then the second book was Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. And those books, I heard they were good. And it's book 1 and book 2. So I won't be getting to them. So I'll explain more in my wrap up of March. And then the rest of them are 3 books, and it's actually a trilogy. The Infernal Devices, and that's Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Angel, and then Clockwork Princess, all by Cassandra Clare. And I I probably gonna just say now, but I'll say again my wrap up. But I'm not gonna make it into reading those either. So, but they were my TBR for this month. But there's only about a week and a half left, and I probably won't get to them because I actually had to take all 5 of those books back to the library. So, and I just took those back actually today. So, yeah, a little bummed about that. And I just got more books, so I'm gonna add these two to my TBR for March, because since there's a week and a half left and this are the only 2 books I'll probably be able to squeeze in. Who knows? And also I didn't get to my jar pick either, which I moved from February to March, and that was City of Bones, I believe. By also Cassandra Clare. And that ain't gonna happen again. So maybe next month. We'll have to see. So I'm gonna mention the 2 more books that actually have physical copies to show you that for my TBR. So give me a minute. The first one, and that's Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I finally got this back, and I can finally find out what happens to Kalina Sardothian. I cannot wait to find out what happens to her, because in the last book it ended not in the way I was hoping. So I'm wondering how things will continue. I'm happy to finally get back to this. It's been like a month or so. Now I'll be able to finish this, and I just start this. I'm actually starting this today, so it's Tuesday, so we'll see what happens. Can't wait to find out tonight, at least part of it. And then the next book I hope to try getting with these 2 is the 3rd book in this, Heir of Fire, also by Sarah J. Maas. And I have no idea what this one is. I think this one just, yeah, I kind of got it covered right now by a receipt. So I would have to say in this one I'll probably tell more about her changing her life around. That's my guess. So we'll have to see. I can't wait to get to this one, and if I can get these 2 this month, next month I can I'll be going on to the last book, and that is Queen of Shadows, I believe, by also Sarah J. Maas. And that's the 4th book in this series, and I can't wait to finish this trilogy, excuse me, this 5-book series. There's 5 books in this series. You have the prequel novellas, the 0.1 through 0.5 novellas, and then you got book 1, Throne of Glass, and then you got book 2, Crown of Midnight, book 3, Heir of Fire, and then you got book 4, Queen of Shadows. So I can't wait to find out what happens to Kalina Sardothian. And yeah, I can't wait till my to see how this ends, and also hopefully you can read this series soon, Allie. Hopefully you can read it soon, because it is really good, and I finally got back to it. Yay! So that's my TBR for March. And most of those books I mentioned, I just said I had to take them back, and that was 5 books, I believe. Yeah, 5 books, because I managed to read the rest of them, except for, and then one of them I didn't. So and the only most I could maybe get in is the 2 I just showed you. And I'm not going to do a TBR this month because it's almost over. There's only a week and a half, so I'm not going to do one. And it's most likely going to be City of Bones by Cassandra Clare going into next month, because I really, really want to read the Infernal Devices and then go into the more instruments, and also still read other books as well along with them. After I finish the Infernal Devices, I'll probably take a short break and read a few other ones and then go into more instruments. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how it goes. But that's it for this video. And I'll definitely have another Friday Reads up. Sorry that I wasn't able to do one for a while, and I'll tell more in my Friday Reads this coming Friday, so expect that. And also, I will be doing a video of my new books I just got, so expect that right after this video, and then after that video will be my Friday Reads. So, couple coming. So that's it, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.